Siren Head, also known as the patron saint of creeping dread, is the infamous 40-foot-tall cryptid created by freelance horror artist Trevor Henderson. I've previously made a few videos on this being, but what if I told you everything you knew about Siren Head isn't what you thought it was? Today, we are going to investigate how this entity originated by examining the anatomy of Siren Head. Before I dive right in, I first want to say every bit of information I'm about to present as fact comes from the official lore, which may be found posted on Henderson's social media accounts. Fictional information will be at best approximated and stated as theory, and of course, if you end up enjoying this Siren Head presentation, please feel free to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. But with that out of the way, let us begin. When Siren Head was first announced to the world back in August of 2018, only the fans of Trevor Henderson at the time knew about its existence. As soon as the very first art piece was uploaded, his viewers became instantly hooked. He posted photo after photo of the cryptid, developing what seemed to be a complete and complex backstory. And as time ticked on, more and more people were introduced to Siren Head, eventually dubbing the fictional being as what some would describe as a modern legend. But what captivated these viewers into the creature's limelight? And why did it become so popular among the horror community? Well, we can answer these questions by examining what we already know. Almost every photograph and art piece features Siren Head portrayed in a similar fashion. Tall, emaciated, and coated in dehydrated, mummified-like skin, with the centerpiece of it all being the dual sirens on its head. Throughout various social media posts, Henderson has confirmed these speakers on its head are responsible for broadcasting a variety of sounds, such as snippets of human conversations, white noise, and even sounds loud enough to burst eardrums and soft tissue. As we've witnessed from past photographs, sirens aren't the only thing that may be found on the creature's head. In these photos, we clearly see manifestations of other man-made objects taking their place, confirming one of two things. Either Siren Head is capable of changing its appearance to suit the environment, or there are numerous subspecies wandering the globe. But what's interesting about the various objects on its head is that they seem to be the only metallic part of its structure, seemingly fused to its body via organic veins and wires that spiral up its torso and around the neck. Almost like these sirens aren't supposed to be naturally occurring, but we'll go more in depth on this later on. In a recent tweet by Henderson, he described the possibility of Siren Head being stuffed with loose cassette tape and a giant reel-to-reel tape recorder. This could be how the entity captures the sounds of its victims and surroundings, and is then able to replay the captured noises as bait. However, what if everything we've ever been told about Siren Head has been a lie, and that the creature isn't exactly what we think it is? On April 25th, 2020, Trevor Henderson posted something that would forever change how we view the siren entity. What we're seeing might be the most recent form, or maybe a slightly outdated form of something that consistently changes, he tweeted. Maybe our eyes just show us the closest approximation to what's actually there, and this just fits. This tweet captivated me for many reasons, and actually became the basis for this video. Remember that point I made earlier about the sirens on its head coming off as unnatural? Well, I stumbled across this tweet. Although it isn't confirmed, it's highly speculated Siren Head is some sort of organism capable of emulating human technology at will. And when compared with Trevor's statements, I think it's clear to say what we're dealing with is actually something else beyond our reality. In order to make sure I was clear in understanding what these tweets actually meant, I decided to message the king of cryptids himself to reconfirm the answer. The idea is sort of that Siren Head is almost like, depending on who is looking at it, they might see slightly different versions, though always roughly the same anatomy, an emaciated skeletal figure, though different heads. The important thing is that you can't think of it as abiding by the laws of our nature. While it is a physical entity, its anatomy and the rules it exists by are probably surreal and nonsensical to us. I've always thought of it as more of a manifestation than something like an animal. With this statement, we now have confirmation Siren Head isn't actually a being of this reality. It's something far greater than any of us, not bound by our laws of nature. Siren Head is basically an ever-changing manifestation that is consistently inconsistent to its victim's eyes. This information changes everything we currently know about the creature, and opens the door to a whole new universe of possibilities. Where we once thought we held almost every detail about Siren Head, we are now just left with more unanswered questions than before. In the past, I touched on theories of Siren Head being a creature of ancient origins, and people always wondered how the sirens on its head predated actual sirens. Well, if the laws of nature, space, and time aren't bound by Siren Head, then it's possible that this thing could simply be an omnipotent being, all-knowing, and capable of moving in any direction of the universe as we know it. But of course, that is just speculation. For now, we will just have to wait and see as the mystery of Siren Head continues to unfold. But as always, thank you for watching, and good night.